Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Michigan Cannabis Industry Association podcast. I am Ida Pearl-Lead, the Deputy Director and also the host. And today joining us, I have Penny Milkey from Northern Specialty Health joining us today. She is coming to us live from Houghton, Michigan. I hope you all give her a lot of love. Hey, Penny.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being able to accommodate us and join us for our show today.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, yes. So, Penny, can you tell me how you got into the industry?
Sure. Well, way back when, in 2013, there was an existing dispensary in town. And before that, my husband and I were patients and caregivers. And when the previous dispensary had to close, we decided to buy it. So basically, that's how it started. In December, we took over operations and we've had it ever since. So over 8 years. And then we
That
went through the whole licensing process.
okay. How was that for you getting your license?
Oh, it was terrible, to be
Oh,
honest. It was awful, and I won't lie
okay.
about it. Um, People who did what we did back then and went before the board know how bad it was and how hard it was. So I'm glad that they've changed the way that they issue licenses. But yeah, I'm glad we made it. We made it through, but it was terrible.
Yeah, goodness. Well, congratulations again to you.
Thanks. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Do you have a personal story with cannabis? You said you and your husband were caregivers, or
Yes. Well, I'll talk about my husband's story because his is a little bit more compelling. He was in a four-wheeler accident in 2007, and he broke his back and he broke his neck. So he has like spinal fusions and cadaver bones and bolts and all that stuff. Well, they gave him fentanyl, and he was on fentanyl for a year and a half, that patch every other day, he switched shoulders. And I thought it was going to kill him. And, the whole crash happened because we were alcoholics and big drinkers, and he was drinking. So, anyways, long story short, cannabis helped him get off of fentanyl and all the opioids. And I just know that it helps people. It helped him. It helps me. It helps people every day. And so that's why we do what we do, because, I don't think he'd be here without it.
wow, that's that's quite an accident to endure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like 21 days he was in the hospital. We had a 2-year-old and I was pregnant with our daughter at the time.
Oh my God.
2 hours away from home. That's where the hospital was. It was just something that you don't want anyone to have to go through. But then after that, it was the prescriptions that they just kept giving you, like they would just keep giving you that patch. And back then, it like I don't think people knew about it as much as it is openly like known of now. Um, but yeah, it was very scary. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that plants plants is around instead.
Absolutely. Do you mind me asking what type of medicine he uses? Does he use like topicals and tinctures at all?
RSO every night.
RSO.
RSO for years, every
Okay.
night. Yeah. Other than that, and he's a smoker, he does edibles, but not so much, but just, yeah, RSO every night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For years. Yeah.
And he was able to get off the opiates
Yeah.
with cannabis and
Yes.
stop drinking, it sounds like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We
Wow.
12 years without.
Wow.
Hmm.
Again,
Yeah.
congratulations. I mean,
Thanks.
that's huge.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it's like everybody has their thing, like their choice, I guess. And
Mhm.
to the people that drink, that's great, but it's just not for us. And we're raising our kids and they know that it's not for us. It's not good in our family. We don't handle it well, but there are alternatives such as cannabis, and you can still, have fun and do whatever and get relief. And you ladies know everything that it does. So I feel like I'm preaching to the choir when I go over like all the good parts about it.
Well, true, but there's a lot of people who do watch, who don't
Yeah.
understand all of the different, types of medicine that cannabis can provide. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
I
wow.
will tell you another story. My mother, she, I got her started on THCA. she doesn't like the feeling of being high.
Mhm.
I gave her a 10 milligram gummy and it was way too much. Terrible mistake. So when they say 10 milligrams per serving, I mean, they're serious and maybe even half or whatever, you know.
Right.
But she uses THCA and she loves it. And she uses it every day. She swears it makes her feel better. And she's in her mid 70s, you know, so now she's talking to all of her friends about it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of parts of the plant too. It's not just smoking a joint or hitting a bong, you know, like what people think it is. There's so many components of it that are helpful and beneficial.
Thank you for sharing that because it is so,
Yeah.
as we age, our bodies, break down and arthritis,
Hmm.
whatnot, all the accidents that we've had. And,
Right.
for your mom to be able to have a quality of life at 74,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
said? I mean, that's
No, 77. Yeah. Hmm.
77.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I'm
Yeah.
so happy for her.
I know. Thanks. I'm so happy. And you know what is hilarious? She opens the bottle and she's like, I love the way this smells because it smells weedy. And it's just so funny to me. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You got to talk about it in order to change people's perspectives. You know what I mean? Like if we don't talk about it, then everybody's just going to keep thinking the same thing that they thought forever.
Exactly. And I love how you're raising your daughters too.
Thanks.
You're
Yeah.
talking to them about alcohol
Yeah.
in showing them. I mean, my goodness, what better way, than to have examples right in front of you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh,
They know that it doesn't work well with us. So hopefully they can learn to manage life without it and do other things instead, you know. But the
right.
people that can do it, good for them. It's
Mhm.
just not us.
Well, and then there's nothing wrong with that. I
Hmm.
think everybody has to just figure out what they can handle and what they can't, and
Yeah.
no judgments,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the name Northern Specialty Health?
We didn't name it. It was named.
Oh, so when
Yeah,
you bought everything.
we did.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so we did not name it. I don't know how they came up with it,
Okay.
but that is the name. And when we bought it, we decided that we weren't going to change it. We were just going to keep it. And yeah, that's become us.
Yeah, no, I mean that's perfect. I mean,
Hmm.
to acquire an already existing, business and
Hmm.
to just take off with it. That's incredible.
Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it changed a lot. In the beginning, it was mostly like grow supplies, and then it was the cannabis, you know, but it was soils and it was chemicals and it was things like that that caregivers used. But
Okay.
then we stopped carrying the dirts and things like that, the nutrients, and leaned more towards like glass. So then we have a lot of glass in there too, and we have a whole CBD and like the pet stuff and the whole retail side of the store besides the THC side of the store.
Nice. So, okay. You're offering, different opportunities for
Some
everybody.
Exactly, something for everyone. And it's so funny the amount of people that ask me, that talk to me about their pets. We just had fireworks this past weekend, and three different people asked me if we had products for their pets because the fireworks were coming. And we do, so that's good.
Okay. I've never had an animal affected by the fireworks, so that's not something that I've
Hmm.
ever had to deal with. Um,
Hmm.
now, are the products just CBD for pets?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I know it is. I know.
Well,
And if
I make
anybody's, oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, I make a tincture,
Hmm.
in coconut oil, and I give a little bit to my cats and to my dog, and then I even have a girlfriend who gets it from me for her cat, and it's just she's like, "He's going up and down the stairs a little bit easier. He's jumping up on
Yeah.
my bed now," and I'm like, "Okay, good."
That is good.
Yeah, what were
Because
you
I was just gonna say, if anybody's wondering what I'm swatting at, it's the mosquitoes that are flying by me.
those look huge.
I know. I know. No, it's good. They're my friends. I'm just welcoming them into my space,
Yeah, right. Here I am.
right?
Oh, well, again, thank you for accommodating us because you had to, switch your location quite a few times. And
No, yeah, I'm happy to do it. Yeah.
so, how long have you been online for?
Online, you
Yeah.
mean like the website?
Mhm.
Oh, we've had the website, I think, since 2011. I mean,
Oh,
like we took the website over, so that's been established for quite a while. I mean, we've changed it a lot, you know what I mean, throughout the
okay.
years. But
Okay.
like the basic website, the .com has been there. We've had numerous Facebook pages and Instagram pages, but we've lost a lot of them. But currently, we have a Facebook group, a Facebook page, and then 3 Instagram pages.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, just because you never know when you're going to lose one.
No, you don't.
No,
Social media
so
is its own beast.
it is. So they're like 3 separate, but all the same, you know, pretty similar things.
Right, right. Interesting.
Yeah.
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 Um, Now, are you going to do anything for your 10-year anniversary coming up?
I don't know, I don't
Maybe
know.
you
I
can
haven't,
put us up there for
maybe
that.
there you go. I haven't thought that far yet. We never like we're not business people. I'm an elementary teacher by training. My husband was an electrician before his accident. So
Mhm,
like when we did this whole thing, we didn't know anything about it. We did it because we wanted people to have access still when the first place closed down.
mhm.
My husband was on disability and he hated being on disability. He wanted to get off and try to do something else. So he was able to get off of disability because of the store and just be self-employed. And then when I left my teaching job, I'm trying to remember where I was going with this, Ida. I left my teaching job and to help Ryan at the store when they announced licensing.
Mhm.
And like everybody was like super happy for me and supportive, and like the public schools were they threw me a big party. I mean, I don't know. I
Wow.
don't know where I was going with it, but
Your 10-year
yeah, the
anniversary.
anniversary. Yeah, 10-year anniversary. It's hard to believe that it's been, 8.5 years. Because we never saw this coming.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it
So
sounds like
here we
it
are.
was like a pivot, like all of a sudden, like, hey, we're gonna just buy a marijuana, like a dispensary. And
That's what it was. We were sitting in our kids' Christmas program, and I showed him that it was for sale. We knew about the raid. We knew that there was trouble, and I showed him the Facebook ad that said it was for sale. And he was like, "I don't know. Should we do it? Can I do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, go for it." So then I told my principal, like, later on, superintendent, I was like, "Just so you know, Ryan's going to be on the news because we're buying the dispensary," and nobody cared. I continued teaching for a couple years, and no, it
wow,
was it was great. Yeah.
that's
The
awesome.
only thing that it did was it opened the door for more possibilities of conversations with different people. That's what it did. Because
I
then teachers were asking me questions, things like that, because people felt comfortable asking, I guess.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Again, that's incredible that you brought that experience to your community. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it was already there and open, but again, you wanted to keep it open. You wanted to keep,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
medicine available to people, and then
Yeah.
to open up all of those communications, with your professional life.
Yeah.
That had to that had to make you feel really good and rewarded too.
Yeah, it is. I don't think any of it's really like set in. Like people will be like, "You're on a billboard." I'm like, "I know, but it doesn't really like set in." You know what I mean? Like to me, I'm just me. I'm the mom of my kids, and I'm just like whatever. But
Mhm.
eventually it will. I know it will eventually. But it's funny. I can't wait to hear what my kids say about it in like 20 years. Like when they're raising their kids, what are they going to say about grandma and grandpa? Like that's what I am most excited about.
Right.
Seriously.
Well, I was
Yeah.
going to ask you, like even like right now, how old are your girls?
Well, I have one girl and two boys.
Oh, I'm
So our
sorry.
no, that's okay. Our son is 17. He's going to be a senior. Our daughter is going to be a freshman, and then our youngest is going to be in fifth grade.
Oh, so
So
quite the
they're a
range.
little spread out. Yeah, 7 years in between them. Because after my husband's accident, we didn't think we could have any more kids because of his spinal cord injury, but
Oh,
they were wrong.
you showed them.
Yeah. And then we had Alfred. Yeah, exactly. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, you never know what is going to come your way, I guess.
You never know. That's right.
No.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
possibilities open.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So they have to 17 and 5. They are in the age then where cannabis was illegal.
Oh, yeah. Well, 17, yeah. I mean, he was born before we moved here, and that was before 2008. Yeah, he was born in '05.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And then our daughter was born in '07. So, yeah, because I remember we moved here right before '08 so we could vote for medical. Well,
Mm,
not because, but the accident happened in '07. And then we moved to Michigan after that because I got a job in Calumet teaching. But
oh,
yeah,
where did you
yeah.
move here from?
We moved from Iron Mountain area, just on the other side in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's where the accident was, and then we were living there, and then we just up and moved to where we are now, and we did not know one person here. Like it was
Wow.
crazy. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So even so for your community then to just to be so welcoming, that gosh,
yeah.
yeah, I'm so happy for you.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're in a new industry and it's Canada.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I
What
feel like I Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like being a teacher had given me like a good, not a good reputation in the community, but like people had known me as a public school teacher ahead of time, before the whole switch.
Mhm.
So maybe that instilled a little bit of trust in me or something, or in us.
Yeah. Well, it's important to have for sure because our
Right.
reputations are everything.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. What did they say? When you walk into a room, you make an impression in like what, 10 seconds?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
our characters, how we carry ourselves is so important.
Hmm.
Yeah. So what's the weather like? Because so you came from Wisconsin. Did you kind of like move parallel or?
From Wisconsin, it's just like Iron Mountain area. It's only 2 hours south, so it's pretty much the same. I
Oh,
mean, they get a little colder maybe in the winter, but a little less snow. We get more snow here.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. You're a lot colder for me anyways, downstate.
Yeah, uh-huh. I know the winters are pretty brutal. They're dark and they're cold, so
Yeah.
you got to make up for summer when it comes.
Yes, you're a true warrior.
Yeah.
What does social equity mean to you and to Northern Specialty Health?
It means giving everybody a chance. I mean, social equity is hitting those people that were like we're poorly treated because of it in the past. Uh, you know, I don't know if I should talk about it, but something happened with us personally that, like people just shouldn't be treated the way they are for cannabis. And we know that that's a bad thing, but it's just giving everybody an opportunity, especially those who have been impacted by it negatively.
Mhm. It's so important for all of us to have a quality of life and
Hmm.
for somebody to say, no, you don't deserve a quality of life is just like, well, who are you
Right.
to
Yeah,
tell me,
exactly.
or to tell
Yeah.
anybody? And I love that we are starting to have conversations about this, that people are open minded and can acknowledge that this is a medicine.
Hmm.
You do have different options and choices. You don't just have to do pharmaceuticals.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have
And
so many
it,
friends that are allergic even.
yeah. 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 To cannabis, you're saying?
No, allergic to
Or to
pharmaceuticals.
medicine? Oh, I know. Yeah. It goes, yeah. Um, People just need options and they should be able to have safe options. That's
Mhm.
all, like what is right for you isn't going to be right for me or right for the next person. But
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
not fair if they don't have the option to get what they want to try or what they feel is best for themselves.
Right, right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
So often, what are some of the community events that you've participated in?
Oh my gosh, we've done a lot. I'll just tell you the ones we have upcoming well, we just did Bridge Fest. Bridge Fest is a celebration of the Portage Lift Bridge that connects Houghton to Hancock. It
Oh,
goes over the Keweenaw Peninsula, Portage Lake Waterway. If the bridge wasn't there, you wouldn't be able to get to the whole, like the pinky part of the peninsula. So
oh,
we did Bridge Fest. We're doing the Dam Jam. That is like a musical program. Lake Fanny Ho, that's another concert that we're sponsoring. The Canal Run, that is a run put on by a local hospital. Farm Block Festival, that's another music one. Those are the big ones this summer that we have coming. But like today, we sponsored the Keweenaw Roller Derby Girls, just like with a small donation. But we don't have like an actual tent there or anything.
mhm.
But we're always sponsoring many, many, many things, as many things as we can, pretty much.
It sounds like you're a large part of your community.
We are. We are. Last year they put on last year's Bridgefest celebration, which usually occurs around Father's Day weekend, was canceled because of COVID. So instead, they did a community night out in the fall at Labor Day. And they were trying to raise money for the fireworks. Well, we wanted it to happen so bad that we matched the city of Houghton's donation because I wanted them to be like, come on, city, give us some money for these fireworks for the community. And then, so they put in 3,000. So we put in 3,000, and then the city of Hancock put in money, and then they had this big, huge fireworks celebration. So yes,
Yay!
I love the community, and we will do to give back and just provide opportunities for them to have fun and do things, and and it's just good. And I
That
don't even watch them. They're up too late for me.
You are busy. I will say that. Yes.
I'm more of a morning person. If they could have like pre-sunrise fireworks, I would watch those,
Right.
but not late at night.
Mm-mm. No. So how often are you able to get downstate?
Not very often.
Yeah, I feel like I saw you. No, I didn't see you at Hash Bash.
Oh, I was at Hash Bash, but I don't think I saw you though.
Yeah.
I was at the tent the whole time. We had a tent, so we were kind of like trapped there.
Okay.
I made it to the diagonal for like 15 minutes, and then I had to go back and work the tent.
Mm,
So that's the last time I was there. Before that, it was probably a couple years.
okay.
Yeah, I don't come down very often.
Well, it's quite a hike. I mean, my goodness, it's
Hmm.
hours, I think, just from Lansing.
Yeah, we're about 500 miles from Lansing, I think,
Okay.
or so. So it takes a while. It
Yeah.
depends on the weather and the construction.
Oh, I didn't even think about construction. Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
a whole day.
Hmm. Right.
Goodness. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we have to work on trying to get you down to the summer annual one of these years.
I know. I'm sure it would be fun.
Yes. Yeah.
I know. I know. I don't get out.
We'd love to have you for the tea party and the butterfly list.
Oh, I know. My kids would be like, "What are you doing?
Right.
Where are you going? We need rides."
Oh, and there's a pool. They can come hang out at the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So how was Hash Bash for you? You said you had a tent
Gosh.
there?
Yeah, we did have a tent there. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy busy. I went down with two other managers, Sydney and Holly, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of people. It was good. It was fun. It was
Mhm.
interesting. It was my first time.
It was my first time too.
Oh, I heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I kept hearing that, so it made me feel better. Like that I wasn't. It wasn't like I wasn't the only one that it was my first time there.
No, no. And all
But
my illusions are dispelled.
yeah, no, I thought it was really fun. I liked it. It was good. It
Mhm.
was good.
Are you are you able to send your team down at all, or is it just
No, we could. We're kind of tight on the schedule. Like it's hard when people want, like if two people want time off, it's kind of hard to get more people off, kind
really?
of thing. But we could, but we haven't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Well, again, maybe we can get you down for the summer annual. I'm trying.
I know. I
Um,
know.
what made you want to join the MICIA?
Robin.
I mean, you everyone I love her. Everyone loves her.
Sorry, I got a tickle. Yeah, I would have to say it was Robin. When I
Okay.
first went down there in like 2016, or gosh, it was before licensing. It was when I went to talk. I was on a part of a work group for provisioning centers, and Mr. Bailey, those of you who know who I'm talking about, was the leader of my room, and that during that visit is when I met Robin for the first time. And so yeah, whatever she needs support in, I'm going to support her because I know she's going to support me back.
Yes, yeah, and that's
Hmm.
what I love about the association is we're all inclusive and we want everyone to succeed.
Yeah. Hmm. Like
Yep.
if I have an issue, I bug Robin.
That
Sorry,
is
Robin.
oh
But
good.
it's nice to know that somebody's in your corner. I feel that's why we're a part of it.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's important to have that, and it's important to have to be with other businesses.
Yes.
Share that,
Mhm.
share with your same passions and goals and dreams.
Yes. I've met a lot of people, through this. And yeah, we've carried people's products because they're in this and things like that. Yeah, that are associated with MICA.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. If
Nice.
anybody contacts me and says that they were referred by you guys, then you know that they're good. Or you know that it's a trusted thing. It's not whatever, it's not a scam or because
Right.
there's just so many, so many people are bombarding us right now with like sales or this or that. And if they come from you, then we know that they're legit.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
And we don't, spam or, send out
Right.
untrustworthy people. I mean, it's people we would want to work with ourselves. So
Yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It's important
Yeah.
to have that, camaraderie.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Because otherwise you're like on an island trying to figure everything out on your own.
Which is no fun.
No. Nope.
Well, Penny, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Is there anything that, you want to talk about that we didn't talk about, or do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
No, if anybody's ever in Houghton, please visit us. We're, Keweenaw owned. We're small. We're been doing it a long time, and we do it for the reasons because we love cannabis and we use it ourselves and don't want anyone to ever have to go without.
And no one should ever.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Uh,
yeah, that's all I have to say.
yeah. Well, Penny, thank you so much. And I hope you, enjoy the rest of your warm day.
Yeah, thank
You said it
you.
got up to 100 degrees up there?
Yeah, 2 days ago it was 100 degrees. It was the hottest. It was hotter than it was in Death Valley. For whatever reason, whatever was going on, yeah, it was wild. And I mean, everybody was complaining, but everybody loved it secretly.
Yes, yes. That's
Hmm.
like it's gonna be cold before we know it, people.
Right. It's only 2 days. Like we'll get through it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
take a cold shower.
Hmm. Exactly.
Well, continued much luck up there, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Yes, and hopefully either we'll get up there or we can get you down soon.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right, Penny,
Okay.
take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, I am going to give a ancillary shout out to Bank of Michigan. Bank Michigan's specialty banking segment was created to serve the cannabis industry. They have developed an FDIC insured program that is fully compliant and still able to provide banking services that the industry needs in order to function in today's market. Their specialty banking team is where high tech meets old fashioned service. So go ahead and give Bank Michigan a call if you need some services. That's our podcast for today. We will see you next week. Take care, everyone.